one.
What buttons do I have? All right, let's go.
Hello everybody and welcome back. Also greetings to everyone tuning in from the mainstream to the real mainstream. We are the better stream 2. Gods has been going here all bloody day. And all
co-caster, producer, statsman, you know, I do it all, Toby.
Yeah, you are a man of few talents, many talents.
That's what Mom tells me all the time.
Invictus Gaming versus Clutch Gamers. So if you did just join us, IG took game number 1. They pretty much ran a very similar combination that they ran early today against EG. This time around, it actually won, even though they took a while to close it out. And Clutch Gamers having a couple of issues getting the upper hand, first in the laning phase and then second in the fights. But they go with the Troll Warlord and the Night Stalker blocking that from Invictus Gaming, but Crystal Maiden ends up in IG's hands. And no Death Prophet for you, Gods. Banned out once more to the ban pool.
Hoping for something for IG. They struggled to push end the game when they had a big advantage, so I was maybe thinking they'd go for Death Prophet if they could, but nope. 4 bans today, not allowed. And Clutch Gamers, this is one of their kind of signature carries, the Troll Warlord. They love this hero for its mid-game strength, where it can just push towers, fight very well around like these cost-effective items like Vlad's, SMY, and then you just go, go, go. With the new Halberd buffs, this hero is still pretty good too, since you can always go that route as well instead of the SMY.
I'm interested to see, like, actually what they do. Like, okay, Invictus Gaming's pick, maybe they're tossing it up as well. If Clutch ban out either the Clock or the SF, these are the 3rd and 4th pickups for Invictus Gaming in the previous series. It's just that combination to get the easy souls, plus a pretty good roaming support for bo3, finding a new hero that's able to buff up his mid. But the Kunkka will actually be picked up by Invictus Gaming.
I think you've got to be a little bit concerned with the Night Stalker taken away, the next ban, like that 4-position role. Seems like there's a few preferred options, and if you don't pick a 4 position now, you enter a banning stage. They could ban Kunkka, they could ban Elder Titan, they could ban Clock, and suddenly you're like, what's left? So make sure you guarantee a hero for bo3, and then we're going to see that Clock ban, so no more Clock SF.
Was it IG that ran the Tinker Kunkka during DAC? I think it was.
Quite likely.
Group stages?
OP was playing quite a bit of Tinker back then. He was one of the Tinker menaces of that tournament.
Yeah, it was. I just remember that, whereas like, you couldn't control anything. Like, you couldn't kill the Tinker. Even if you had catch against it, the Kunkka would just drag it back. So Kunkka spent most of his time at well. But it worked. They did so much damage with him, there was just no way to fight. Warlock will be banned out by IG, so maybe looking towards Clutch's big team fight, which currently they do not have. Yeah, Kunkka and CM kind of give the superiority at the moment to IG from that.
Often want to get some team fight around the Troll, since it's like this mid-game pushing force, so you get a Warlock to heal him up, you have the Rock to back him up. It's a pretty good setup. See what they get to replace instead. Disruptor's been a very effective hero this tournament. I feel like that's something more teams might start picking up.
5 seconds
remaining. Looking for a 5-position hero that could be saying for Fly Solo. He really likes the Rubik, but I don't think the 5-position Rubik's really all that strong. I think it's a hero he needs to give up on at this point.
I think he's also going to have a hard time staying alive on a 5-position Rubik in this game.
He plays it great. He almost makes it viable, but it's a tough one.
Well, hands in Invictus Gaming for their 4th ban. We already lost our Enigma. A tear is shed. I'm wondering actually how Clutch want to do this. Like, are they a troll mid or are they a troll safe team?
They do both, and that's why they really like first stage picking it, because they leave it pretty flexible. If he ends up with a good mid matchup, they can run him there and get a different carry. Alternatively, you can use that 10th pick of the draft to get a mid matchup where you counter pick. So they're going to get to that 10th pick and not even probably reveal whether Trolls are carry or mid. They'll save their other core hero for last pick. So they'll get to see the full draft, and then they can decide, okay, Troll's going mid or Troll's going carry, and then they can counter pick their opposing team's draft. Typically, maybe they'll do something different. You never know. They may decide they really want this one mid hero or something along those lines.
Banning out the Batrider, removing that jump initiation from kind of both sides, however. Like, the Clockwork's out, the Magnus is out, the Batrider is out, Nyx is gone. A lot of these very popular heroes we've seen already in EPICENTER. We're obviously only the 2nd day in, but they're pretty high up in the list of the good initiators. for the offlane.
That's very good with the Night Stalker vision. I like seeing these heroes paired together. Very strong in that early game as a dual lane as well. So
yeah, we saw OG actually manipulating it around very nicely. Two heroes that can go up and down cliff faces.
Well, and the team they took it from yesterday, LFY, they were the team who were using it kind of first here at Epicenter. I think OG took a page from their book in there after the defeat. And now Clutch. Probably looking at maybe just grab a 5 position here. Don't want to reveal too much more about your draft. Unless there's a offlaner they really want. Darkseer could be quite good. Like an Iron Shell Night Stalker is pretty scary. Gives them some good team fight. A mech buyer. Maybe one of the heroes that stands out a bit more this game.
And if you can get some good farm on that Darkseer too, getting mech up might be able to help counter against Kunker's influence in the fights. Or something like that. Some kind of counter team fight play.
Don't have like a good wombo combo with the vacuum, but they could get that from their support. Darkseer Disruptor. There we go. That's like what a VP style draft. Less the Night Stalker, but at least the other 3 heroes.
You need the Jakira to come in. There you go. That'll work.
Yeah.
Nice little ice path. Give you some pushing power. Oh, hello. There's Jackie. There's Jackie O.
Not Jackie Mo.
You should get that one as an Australian. For any Australian tuning in, it's Jackie O. That was what, B105?
10 seconds.
Radio station? You've never listened to Australian
I know
radio.
the name Jackie O, but I'm not.
Jackie O, she's like a radio personality, and then
she still does that, I think.
I would assume so. It was like the Kyle and Jackie O show.
I don't know what channel she's on now, but
no idea either.
They all swap around, you know.
Floozies.
It's like
radio floozies.
In Australia,
why can't they just stay with one group like Beyond the Summit? Oh.
Radio host in Australia is like Arteezy in NA Dota. Like one day he's on EG, the next he's on Secret. You don't really know unless you follow closely.
Wait, no. I think that's a little harsh. It's more like 1-4-3-7 jumping teams.
Okay, that's like whoa.
They go intercontinental then.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think has Arteezy really jumped? Like, who's actually jumped the most amount of teams out of North American players?
Envy probably is. I mean, Arteezy's like joked about because it's always back and forth between the 2 teams, but Envy's probably up there. He said quite a few.
We put it down to the most switched
Demon.
Demon, yeah.
Demon and Black are probably 2 of the most diverse teams.
I think Black though, because Black stuck with VG Gaming as well as Faceless now for a while, so I think he's lost his title. I think you're onto something with Jimmy. Like, Demon has switched so many teams because he's got kicked from so many teams.
We also went through a period where he was not on a team, but he was playing as the permanent stand-in. He was the mercenary, you know? He'd just come out of nowhere and suddenly be stand-in for a CIS team at an American event because they needed someone to fill in.
How did this happen? Yeah. Oh, hi, Jimmy. Who can we turn to? Who's the man that we need, not deserve? Jimmy. Get Jimmy. I was talking to someone earlier about that today with like the roaming Tidehunter. To bring it back, like if we're gonna find a way to get Tidehunter and you still want to have someone who's like maybe a little bit better in the offlane, where you went the bottle first build on a Tidehunter and roamed around with Gush, and that was the only ability he had. He never bought any stat item because they would then reduce the effectiveness of his bottle.
Oh yeah,
because he was able to get 2 gushes out.
Yeah.
With one bottle. No, with one bottle charge, you can then get 2 gushes.
Well, nowadays you can put those stat items in your backpack, and the stat items are value now.
Yeah.
Got a backpack.
Roaming Tidehunter could be a legit thing again.
5 branches plus bottle. Good build.
Well, there goes the VS. So they're blocking again the combination of burning and OP.
SF, though, without the clock, still willing to play it. They don't know the matchup yet, so we could see some good matchups. Like a Lina would probably be one of the best ones available.
Yeah.
Queen of Pain could be quite good.
I love it when, like, this is one of the reasons why I always love a Jakiro pickup. Like, you get your town push you're looking for, and he's still really good as a support hero. So you can run the SK as your 3, and there's nothing which stops you from leaving Jakiro in the lane, because he's, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's still the highest strength gain support in the game.
No clue.
Because he was at one point.
Okay.
And he's really difficult to kill out because he's got so much raw HP. And then he got buffed up now with the spill radius that comes in from Dual Breath.
Yep.
So that's also a nice thing. He's the perfect counter pusher. And that's another thing. I don't know if IG have enough to breach high ground going against Macropie. They're going to lose their creep waves very quickly.
Reserve time.
And we saw that being one of their struggles last game. They've got just the SF. Shaker's not going to help, but Jug will definitely help. That's one of the better high ground sieging heroes. Not afraid of a macro pyre or getting nuked. He's just going to go on the high ground. Blade Fury, right click away. You get chipped at, you pop a healing ward, you're good to go.
Really resistant as well to all the magical damage, which Clutch is going to try and throw at him.
I like this adjustment. It fixes some of their problems from game one. The Ursa didn't help them push high ground, but it's similar to the Ursa. It's a very good laning, early to mid-game hero. They still take Roche fine if they get ahead with Jug SF. It's not going to be quite as fast or something they can do in like an even game. They have to make sure they win some fights first, but it is a good pick for them. Puck picked up.
Yeah, a little bit of control.
I think also a hero that's not too annoyed by a Kunkka rotation. You expect the Kunkka to help SF get early souls since they don't have the Clockwork this time, so he likely be like a dual lane mid, so Puck can dodge some of the Kunkka spells using the phase shift. Have a pretty good time in a potential 1v2 matchup. He might get some help himself. Never know. Interesting fly solo on the Night Stalker. Typically he's playing like that 5-position support, but grabs Night Stalker. Boombacks on the Jakiro.
Yeah. Maybe Jakiro Boombacks just feels more comfortable there.
Yeah, maybe some more farm.
I'm interested just how much of effect this Earthshake is going to have. Because obviously on the offlane you're going to get a lot of farm as the Earthshaker just because of the way Fissure Block works.
Yep.
But at the same time, every time you do that and you bring Jakiro in range for a Liquid Fire, you lose your tower. So where is your D push coming from Epicenter? I'm reading the wrong team. From Invictus. Long day. From Invictus Gaming. Where's your D push come? Kunkka Torrent, Nova from Crystal Maiden. This is kind of it. So what happens when Clutch Gamers just want a 5-man ball down a lane? You've still got fantastic teamfight control that comes in from the Puck. I actually really didn't get old of this music.
I think this scene's great. It's like a good way to hype you up. It really sets the scene, and then you go from that to the fucking tower off.
Dragon penises!
It's just so anti-hype. Like, the showdown is hype, you know?
You know what I actually want? I suggested this to Bruno a while ago, and I got nothing but sniggers. Nothing but sniggers. I just hate the way that heroes just fall from the sky. Magically, they get dropped off by some blimp in the air, and then they hit the deck. That's all that happens at the base.
Yep.
I don't know why the fountain isn't more like WWF, where you have them come through like one by one with like flames coming out of the dire side. So you can just imagine, like in here, like you just, okay, wait, can I get the angle? Right in here, they just walk out from inside the pot, born out of the melting pot.
That rock in the middle just like pulls apart in the middle, goes to two sides, and they walk on out. I dig it.
And they all just come in, and then every hero has their own specific action that they do when they come in. And if you've got the taunt, there you go, there's a new cosmetic for you to sell out, Valve. You're just able to throw that out as the Crystal Maiden comes in, kisses her staff, walks down, ready to fight.
Damn. You know, Bruno, he snickered, but secretly he was also messaging his coworkers at Valve like, TIA.
I got this great idea for the game, all right? What we're going to do, we're going to have WWF inside of Dota 2. It'll be amazing. It'll be crazy. It'll blow their minds. And we'll make millions of dollars for gaming.
You gotta work on your Bruno accent, I think.
That wasn't Bruno. I just went American.
Yeah, it was American.
I would never attempt to impersonate Bruno. I cannot do that.
To do, yeah.
That's just too much for me.
All right, what's going on here?
Actually, I kept thinking. Remember that? What was that World of Warcraft thing they did? I got this idea for a movie. It was one of the lines for the Human Mages. It's like, I got this idea for a movie. First, we'll call it. It was oh god, it was about the bracelets. Then we'll have this sequel, a couple of towers, and then we'll have the last final episode saga. Hey, the king's back. I gotta remember it, but the voice for it was just so damn good. I'll look it up later. I'll give you a real rendition in tomorrow's stream.
Dual lanes mid. This is no longer the 1v1 lane it used to be.
Yeah.
2v2. Let's rock it. SF wants some souls. Clutch gamers don't want to give him any souls. He's finally got one. Puck, meanwhile, 5 CS.
Yeah, 5-0 against a 2-0. So this is what happens when OP doesn't get his early souls. He needs friends. He needs help. Bobica is just baiting out the Torrent time and time again.
This is definitely a much better mid lane as a result. once Zip gets his souls, he'll kind of even up and swing a little bit back his way, but that's when Puck is level, so while your farming gets better, the kill potential for the Puck increases.
I don't know how you feel about this. I get a little bit like itchy when I see this. No dual breath to start level 1 instead of liquid fire.
I'm not a fan of liquid fire level 1 either. I think the damage output is just pretty meh.
Yeah.
Dual breath, meanwhile, is pretty ownage at level 1.
Yeah, the only reason it would really help you is if you went onto the tower, but as you can see, the tier 1 tower has taken no damage.
Yeah, it's such a long cooldown on the liquid fire. It's nice because it costs no mana, but you use mana at level 1, you're going to get it back. That's the whole point of mana regen.
Yeah, it's a Jakiro. A Jakiro never really runs out of mana. Like, it's because it's a Jakiro. Like, you're always going to have an influence until a big team fight comes in, then you got to burn like all 3 abilities at the same time. Then it's a lot more difficult to manage your mana. But when you're in a team fight, you're hoping you've at least got some kind of regeneration item. But look what he's got an Orb of Venom. Lining that up as his next item.
Get the slows going. They're actually, with a double damage room, potentially posing a kill threat onto XXS here. It looks like Gabby's going to be running in looking for this kill at bottom lane.
And right around the back, Fly Solo keeps him slowed up. And yeah, that'll actually be first blood. One more punch, Fly Solo. Okay, he voids. They're trying to give it to the troll. And they're able to do so. Gabby will claim it.
We're done.
And IG were itching for a little bit of a rebuttal onto Rappy on the top lane. But he's very happy with this. Drags the creep wave down. He'll crack his level 3. And this is a very, very safe SK with Sandstorm early on. They actually have no way to... they have Torrent. They have Torrent to get him out of Sandstorm.
Yeah. I'll probably bring out some sentries a bit later on, but...
They have one on the Kunkka at the moment.
Yeah. CM also.
Oh, CM?
Oh, CM has it, not the Kunkka. Yeah.
They must have passed it over. Either that or I'm just tripping.
But yeah, I'm seeing these early Sandstorm points become more and more value for these offlane sankings. Oh, went for a Blade Fury. I think I was expecting CM to use a Frostbite. Yeah, that was... You don't need to use a Blade Fury to farm a creep wave when you're like 2/3v1.
Yeah. Well, Rappy's going to Burrow Strike up. The Frostbite will come in, but they know Burning doesn't have spin, and Fly Solo rotated up, and they may just have enough damage. One more attack, and yep, Burning baited into the fight, and they want more.
You can get 2 probably.
You just burnt the Mango, so there will be a Void and a Burrow Strike.
Yep.
To pump into the Crystal Maiden. Meanwhile, okay, as XXS moving back past his tier 2 tower, so he's been forced to abandon his offlane while the clutch offlane is about to find some good kills.
275 movement speed.
Wait for it, wait for it. We can just do this from this perspective. Actually, no, we can't. The trees block too much. Burrow Strike, Void, kill.
Easy peasy.
Goodbye.
1,000 gold on Sanking, or get his Tranquils off of that more or less if he wants to. And Douglas TV back in the lane. A big misstep from IG with that wasted Blade Fury.
Back so soon.
Kunkka feeling so defensive, he X marks the spot to check for the 4-minute bounty room. Like if that's not a defensive mindset, I'm not quite certain what is.
See how some of these other lanes are going. It does look like Puck is winning on CS, but not convincingly. We'll be looking for perhaps a rotation now that it's nighttime from the old Night Stalker himself. Level 5 with the bottle could be enough damage output to pose a kill threat here, but may also want to just wait for the level 6. More reliable that way.
Oh. Shaker. Welcome back to the lane. XXS has still managed to find some real decent levels out of this offlane. Farm, however, has been absolutely piss poor.
Often the case with the Shaker offlane. Like, you get the XP, but getting the farm is pretty tough. You go in melee range for your last hits. Troll slows you. He maybe gets a lucky bash. And
OP's in trouble. Well, actually, bo3 was the one being initiated on. No jaunt in. Mel still not level 6 without the Dream Calls. Find isn't really the easiest in the world.
So, yeah, chewing through a lot of his mana, so he doesn't have the best firepower. Even when he hits level 6, he might be a little bit short. See it.
God, this is a happy day for a Jakiro. Group everyone up, continue just to spam in both the Breathe Fire plus the Liquid Fire.
I like it now. He's got 2 points in Dual Breath. He's got some actual damage here.
The only thing he's missing right now is the Icicle Fissure. The 2-1-1. Actually, how do you actually like that? Like, do you...
No, I think you can hold points. We've seen some Jakiros, I know Puppy likes to do that, where he'll hold on to the skill points in case you need the ice path, but I think...
Oh, his big creeps.
I'm a fan of the 204 build. Just for the maximum pushing power, or even like a 303. If you don't need ice path, it's great to be able to skip it, because your other spells are just better at pushing, better at dishing out damage, but you'll sometimes find scenarios where you really want that ice path.
Nice Stalker 2 minutes through his nighttime and really hasn't found what he's looking for. He's had more success during the first 4-minute day.
Yeah, that top lane move was fantastic. Yeah, found all 3 of his kills during daytime.
Love how they also put down the Observe Ward almost right on top of the sentry, but it requires someone from IG to go up there and actually see the Obs Ward. Now, run into the mid, and Dreamcoil, hold him there. X marks spot. Is only on Fly Solo with the Door Breath connecting on OP. The damage burn should be more than enough. Maybe not. One charge is a Fairy Fire. The Liquid Fire damage, it doesn't bring him down far enough. 44 HP is as low as OP will go. But Invictus Gaming bring almost everyone. The only one who doesn't come is the Farmer. It's burning.
Every little bit of HP there counted, even Fairy Fire saving his life. He's going to try to fall back to, so avoiding that first puck Dreamcoil gank with a Night Stalker. Now it's going to be a minute before it's daytime. Does give SF some freedom to not have to worry too much about getting ganked. He can also just fall back and farm his jungle. And it looks like Clutch
nice
Gamers
torrent.
will change attention.
Really
to
nice
top.
torrent. Rappy has to Burrow Strike himself away from this one. Doesn't actually use his Sandstorm, however. New X mark spot was going to cause an issue. And now she realized just how low burning is. No level 6 on him just yet.
Yeah, that death really set him back, and we'll be looking for that soon in this top lane, but
they cancel the TP to bottom lane. Not certain he really wants to do this. Because it's the level 2 Liquid Fire, so Boobax didn't save it. Pushing underneath the tower is a lot easier to do. Just because the attack slow that comes on top of the tower, he's going to Dual Breath into the tree lines. Earthshaker starts ticking down from this, and well, with Fly Solo also arriving. Okay, that Liquid Fire did not have to be committed. That's easy damage onto the tower, and actually what will make him take damage from this tier 1 tower if he's not careful.
yeah, that's right. He'll have it back up by the time the creep wave comes in, but yeah, could have done a bit of extra efficiency there.
Top lane, X marks spot again. Rappy, Burrow Strikes up and underneath the tier 1 tower. All right.
Still not level 6, he's 1 experience away or something?
Needs a little bit more. This kill should do it. Rappy frosted up, Burrow Strike starts his TP. The spin damage, it will be enough.
Under attack.
A worthy fool.
So SK will fall.
And there you go for another kill. XXS is getting constantly flanked in this bottom lane.
Double TPs are coming in to stop it, however.
Triple
And
TP.
Burning, he doesn't have... Actually, he's got the Mango. He can Omni Slash, but the problem is the Creep Wave is also with him, so Fly Solo runs away. The Observer Ward allows him to see practically everything he wants to. And no fissure for another 4 seconds. Fly Solo moves up. TP scrolls off cooldown in 3 seconds time. I think he's away.
Yep, he's fine. They can't really keep up with the phase boots.
One little range creep. I got this. I got this, boys. Also, just out of interest, who broke the leg of the range creep? Look at this.
Poor man.
Is he just like, is every range creep just deformed from birth, where their knees don't work properly?
Yeah, I always thought the little staff he's carrying is so he could be like a pretend spellcaster, but it's actually a walking stick.
Yeah, like you look at his knees when he runs. I think we have found like the ultimate cruelty of Valve. Every range creep is just having to hobble into battle.
Weak knees.
But then you look like that's the dire side. But then this Radiant one is just like, yeah, look at me.
Good.
Like this guy lives. Look at the shoulder blades.
He's even well dressed.
He is ripped.
He's got this little skirt on. He's stylish.
Yeah.
Dire creeps have it tough.
Why do the dire creeps not get as much love as Radiant creeps? I smell injustice in the world. Top lane preparing to fight here. CG, the Dreamcoil holding bo3 in position. Right underneath the tower, a quick orb jaunt forward gives the extra vision so Fly Solo can get the Void out. And more than enough damage to find the kill.
As the early Veil is damage output, pretty scary at this point with almost the 2 nukes maxed out.
They're looking to fight bottom lane. Gabby looking for the early slow on burning. Now to find a little bit of it, but with Q behind, actually Q doesn't have a lot of mana. He's gone for the 1-1-3, but not even enough mana for Frostbite at the moment. Problematic if this fight does break out. But now they also bring in Kunkka. Fissure block doesn't work. Gabby got to the other side. X mark spot's going to kick in. But
yeah, forced some fake TPs, and those TPs now go on cooldown, but yeah, without the fissure block on the right side, that was not going to end well for IG. And IG need something to go their way. They are falling behind on
they
farm.
go again. X marks the spot. Gabby, quick whirling access, but the Kunkka boat's going to be able to connect. Troll wall or needs some space, unable to find it. Fly solo, at least ensure there was no echo slam from XXS to just follow up. That's where the crippling fear kicked in. Looks like top lane, they're also having a fun little battle, but it's X marks the spot. Fly solo, dragged back into Invictus Gaming.
They're punishing that cancelled TP. Once they know that, I believe it was the puck, or possibly even puck and Sanking.
It was the puck.
TPs.
It was the puck.
Oh, you can't really defend the troll at that point. The troll with a Vlad stick is got no escape and no save to fight against that X initiation and just gets blown up. Very poor decision to stick around in that bottom lane. Once the puck cancels his TP, all those heroes down, they should just give up that tower to IG.
And now CG, we're looking for some kind of rebuttal, and that's going to be top tier 1 tower. So the bottom tower is brought down, no last hit, so not the greatest there.
But unlike Clutch Gamers, IG know, we can't defend this tower perhaps, let's just back off, give it up for free. SF's farming jungle, they're going to farm the bottom Radiant jungle as well. They're not looking to try and defend that with minimal heroes.
Interesting choice from IG to run double Arcane Boots in a lineup with a Crystal Maiden. So they've already got one over on the Kunkka, and they've got another one being queued up on Earthshaker.
I guess Shaker, the way they're playing this offlane is not like the carry Shaker, just looking... Actually, he's not leveling up Fissure too, so it's maybe a bit unorthodox to see this, but... I think the Kunkka is probably the hero that could have gotten away without them. Judge the hero that's going to be pretty happy with the
CG are going to find OP, and OP, he had no idea during nighttime just how caught out he was.
Could have popped that Shadow Amulet. He didn't actually have any protection. They would have been able to AoE him down, perhaps, but at least
they would have had
some
to
of
work
those spells,
for it.
you know, make him use a freezing field. But oh, sorry, freezing field. That's his teammate. But yeah, I think it would have been a lot trickier to get that kill.
Yeah, if they had an ice path, like that would have been nice. But so I'm liking to like the Jakiro synergy with the puck when you got that early veil. Gabby, real issues. X marks back, and again, they're quite happy to blow the IG load onto the Troll Warlord. Anything to ensure he goes down.
That's chain pickoffs on one of the more farmed Clutch Gamers cores that Burning's been getting involved in, and definitely concerning for Clutch Gamers that they're not using this troll to make moves, take tower. I mean, they've got the top tier 1, but that was like a consolation prize for losing the troll and losing bottom.
They're coming to fight. Blink Dagger over on Rappy, so Epicenter available. He goes into the Blink. The Fissure cancelling the Epicenter. They needed to start with the Epi, but maybe feeling a little time pressured. Rappy just went for the Blink Burrow.
That was super ambitious. You got to expect, they just killed your troll mid with the Shaker. You got to know that he's going to be sitting behind the Jug, ready to counterplay an initiation and bail out the Jug if needed.
And IG didn't even want to fight. Like, the ASF is still trying to rebuild his souls.
Let's go to Shadowblade up, and with the level 2 ult, he does have some good kill threat once he gets those souls back, but he does need to get there first.
Working on it.
Suddenly, the game is looking a lot more even after a good clutch early game.
Yeah, their rotations were nice. The laning phase from IG looked a little rough, to say the least. And to be honest, I thought with this Jakiro in their early start, there should be more towers going down. Like, you lose the top tier 1 tower, but that was a trade-off for the tier 1 tower on bottom. Okay, this is a nice little opening. Double Burrow Strike. The Macro Pyrus down. It's doing burning. Juggernaut can't get out of it in time. The ship from Bobica will arrive with a cover of Q3. But OP lets it go!
He was right on top of the Night Stalker and managed to finish the Jakiro and Puck as well.
They were clueless. They had no idea then.
They did not expect that Shadowblade
and now they're going to lose Gabby as well. The Fissure has blocked him in. The Dire Observable was planted down by Q previously. It gave him the vision, the Echo Slam damage, not enough to kill him off. Instead, they can turn their attention towards the SK. Okay, maybe it is. OP finds his 4th kill of this mid-engagement. Torrent won't connect, but you take a tier 1 tower and 4 kills.
Yeah. I mean, they were perhaps just going to be feel lucky they killed Burning there. If he didn't go down during that silence, he would have been able to Omni/Blade Fury his way out of there, but what a time for OP to show up. We talked about just trying to get those souls so he can use the Shadow Blade for a Requiem, and he immediately does it.
Oh, XSS just used his vision defensively, able to get the stun to the Night Stalker, but now OP, raise #1, already pushes them back, and X marks the spot into a torrent, plus the Frostbite. Chaining all the control they've got on top of the SK.
Fly solo, do you really want to do this? He actually will get
wants this. He wants it. I don't know, does he? Vision's back off cooldown again. He's looking for the totem stop, but the silence onto XSS. They find that kill, and the rest of IG have already left. They're looking for another target. It's X marks spot on top of Gabby. The Dire Observer Ward let them see up the hill, and once again, they're happy to be very liberal with the Conker's Rum. Now Boombox, oh, the Omni Slash rips apart Gabby with the extra crit into spin. Burning this time around be the man to find the double kill.
IG just outplaying Clutch at this point. The SF with some Shadowblade plays, the Ward, the Vision game being won by them as well, and this feels like Clutch gamers are going for very risky moves that they don't need to, like that dive at top lane on the Earthshaker with just, they did a two-man move into the enemy jungle where IG had 3-4 heroes ready to counterplay. That was just a very unnecessary move. They aren't under pressure to go for that kill with like a Night Stalker Sand King. Those aren't heroes that want to be finding themselves surrounded by an enemy jungle, and IG do a great job punishing it, and then they punish the fact that Troll is not with them alone without a BKB.
Speaking of BKBs, SF is rapidly approaching his, and all that wonderful magical damage the Clutch has just evaporates.
Shaker's Blink Dagger, perhaps the big item that they're most waiting on now. He's going to get some alone time if he can be given that, but Clutch gamers have other ideas. They're once again going the aggressive, this time with the puck, this time with more heroes. 4 heroes doing it. Direscan spots them, perhaps thinking they're at Roshan though. We'll see where this leads.
They're TPing over towards the shrine. It is the counter move for Roshan, but it now puts Clutch gamers above them and below them. It's Gabby who's still farming up the Ancients, not looking to be involved in this fight. They'll wrap all the way around. Smoke will break, Rappy jumps in, gets the Burrow Strike off over an XXS, he's still low, Echo Slam, it won't come off, but Rappy loses his life quickly. A perfect ultimate from Q. CG just could not get the opening. Flying Saucer gets dragged back down by the X marks the spot. And Jakiro was on the wrong side of the tracks as well. If only they knew. If only they knew. They don't know.
We're just waiting to shrine. They're happy, you know. We'll take out mana and health. We'll let you live. Mercy today, says Burning.
We'll let you live. We're just, yeah. We have no idea that we're letting you live, but take it as a nice act by us. Yeah. All right.
Peace offering. They're just a peaceful game.
Right, let me find my how to build a wall kit somewhere around here. Keep Invictus Gaming out for the moment. That's what CG need to do. Rappy is looking for another opportunity. So many times he started with his Blink Burrow Strike, not with the Epicenter, so they didn't actually have that extra damage to find the kill.
Ward spots out all these heroes up top.
That's defensive ward from Q as well. Like, it must have been so tempting to try and go for the hilltop ward and not just this low ground ward.
Expose yourself so much. It does look like they saw him plant it. Not sure if they did because of the Night Stalker limited day vision, but there were some things around the area. Definitely something you want to deny. That's good vision to help secure Roshan, being able to see heroes keeping onto that shrine.
This is a really good time for Burning. He just got the money to finish up his Manta style. This is going to really reduce the control that comes out from Puck.
Yep. Being able to get out that silence means, and Night Stalker means, you can't go on him and burst him down. Like, ideal way to start a fight is you want to Blink Burrow Strike one of the frontline cores. If that's a Burrow Strike onto a Jug followed up by a silence, he dies, but the Burrow Strike alone probably not enough to kill him off now because of this man to pick up.
And there's more save. Bobica is the backline medic. 4-staff over on the Kunkka. He is building into the full pipe of insight, so looking for another way to negate the damage that comes out from Clutch's magical burst. And on top of that, you've then got the Rum. Well, I say it's a ghost ship, but can we call it ghost ship? Ghost shark?
Oh, he's got the
do we call it Jaws? Maybe that's what we call it. That ulti has to be called Jaws. Because ghost ship does not work anymore. Unless you build a ship out of a shark's corpse. That makes no sense.
That's what a real man would do.
For a real man, I don't fill up my shark. I hollow it out and I make it into a boat.
They got tough skin. You can make a good ship out of one of them. Maybe a little rowboat at least.
Just take the fins, how to stick onto it. That's how I find my horse.
Probably violates some animal cruelty laws along the way, but you know,
I'm fairly
no big deal.
certain it does. But hey, every time Kunkka lets his ulti go, he kills a shark. And the shark, maybe the shark, I don't know about the lore, we don't have slacks here, but maybe that shark is like a cousin of Tidehunter.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. It's throwing his family at him. That's not cool, bro.
IG into the Roche pit. They don't have the best vision around here. They just plopped down a new fresh ward, but no, they're actually scouting it out. They don't want to go group up for a puck sanking initiation.
Fly Solo's going to break the smoke.
Yeah, good spot.
Yeah, it's on bo3. And they're not going to get over fast enough. They realize where he must have been.
Played here.
They're here for the objective. It's the tier 1 tower. That's what they're going to take. So smoke will break on cue. They maybe realize someone may be in the tree line. And it's the SK backing up. So tier 1 tower will fall. How far do you go? Like, the only pressure you've got right now is Puck on the mid tier 2 tower. You may as well go through the tier 2 tower on top.
I mean, Puck is still decent pressure at least. With the creep waves coming up, he's just going to keep throwing them, and they're going bottom lane, so it will be a bit of a trade. Because you see all these heroes bottom, though, now you're more incentivized to push the tier 2 and even threaten to go high ground, just because that will pull Clutch gamers back to defend and stop this split push from achieving all too much. But Clutch, they want to avoid fights. They're really relying on this BKB of Troll before they can successfully take team fights easily.
IG are already coming back. They want the better trade-off. They want to defend the tier 2 tower. And they're under no pressure. Like, Roshan's alive, sure. OP is rapidly approaching his butterfly, as you are right, mid lane is where they're looking to initiate. OP, Burrow strikes onto him. Can they break him free? The Ice Path holds OP there, but now BKB, Requiem of Souls, he'll get it off. A couple of quick raises. They find the kill. OP on 97 HP. Will swagger his way out of here. Meanwhile, Boombax finds bo3. XXS Echo slams onto 2, the perfect blink with the Fissure follow-up. Cry Solo, Fly Solo, run away, back into the torrent. You can't run anywhere. A tier of torrents falls upon him, and XXS will find a double kill.
Ambitious going on the SF, and he's got a BKB. Your chain stun is a Burrow Strike into Ice Path. It is level 2, 1.5 second duration, but he's got a lot of health, and they just didn't have the burst damage to bring him down fast enough. Puck also could have gone for some right clicks in the BKBs. He's got the plus 50 damage talent. I want to say like 2, maybe 3 right clicks from Puck would have finished off the SF, but once he BKB'd, everyone just ran away.
This is not your thing.
I mistimed it.
This is not your thing.
He has the blink still.
He can go again. In 3 seconds time, the Ice Path will slow it down. Oh no! Rappy, he jumped all the way in, but it was the Eul Scepter. Puck gets caught out, stunned, controlled. 51 seconds on the sideline, and Gabby is the bigger target for them now. Into the Omni Slash, away from the creep wave. Totem stomp him up, and that is 2 cores down for Clutch. They are really trying to stop Roshan, but with the Macro Pyre inside the pit, it looks like IG don't care. Roshan will go down to the Dire. OP gets the Aegis, the Immortal, and they're pushing the mid.
Yeah, IG just making all the right calls, all the right moves, and seeing Clutch gamers a few times now this game just go on the wrong targets or go on a target they can't kill, trying to kill an SF before BKB, and he still gets off the Requiem, he still survives. It's just the end of that fight for them.
That fidget block almost called out Bombax.
And with that, they're going to press forward, start taking these outer towers. I don't think we'll see them go for the high ground. We saw last game very cautious approach to pushing high ground and sanking Park Jakiro, not the easiest heroes to go high ground against.
I think they're looking for the Night Stalker. Night Stalker, though, has his own vision up. Crystal Maiden slips underneath the Observer Ward, thanks to her Glimmer Cape.
Okay.
That's because Night Stalker stole the double damage room. That's why they might be hunting him. But yeah, all out of towers gone now for Clutch.
For them trying to take this fight before the Trolls BKB just proved to be very problematic. There was 2 deaths in a row when he was like maybe 300-400 gold short of it. And now he's got even further to go to finish it off. SF, meanwhile, approaching that level 20 talent where he gets his massive damage increase, and he's going to have a Butterfly Aegis to go with the damage increase. So theoretically, IG considers breaking high ground soon because they have got the Jug instead of the Ursa in Game 2 compared to Game 1. So much easier to do so with this draft.
But defense, as you said, has been the nature of Invictus gaming at these points of the game. No reason to screw up. You got your 10k gold advantage. Need to extend that just a little bit further. Of course, the best way to do that is by taking Raptors.
Yeah, I think it's more the nature of the hero composition where they'll feel more secure in breaking high ground, but they may also want to finish an item or two. The pipe from Kunka's queued up. He's not too far from that, less than 1,000 gold away. But Burning's also like, nah, I'm just going to go bottom, keep farming, keep progressing himself. He's only got Manta Diffusal. Compare him to his teammate, he's probably like, man, my SF's got all these items, I want to farm some.
Give me some of that swagger. OP. Oh, Armel thinks he's got a chance here over Mboboka. With that Jaunt 40, actually dodged the first attack from OP. Lets the Dream Core go, and CG, they're bringing in reinforcements. You've still got the Aegis Immortal as well as that BKB on OP. Meanwhile, Troll Warlord will die. And the land far, far away. Do they want to keep going onto the puck? A quick blink out. They'll avoid the rotating in Earthshaker as well as Crystal Maiden. Where did we lost the Troll in the mid-tier, mid-tier 2.
Boombax narrowly sneaks by Burning, who is rotating, and he's lucky to survive there.
They're all out of position now. Yeah. Jakiro is back behind the lines with no macro pyre. Fly Solo is trying to creep skip. He can't even TP back. It's on cooldown for 42 seconds. They don't have the Night Stalker in this fight. Without the Troll, Burning into the Omni Slash, the creep wave will soak up a little bit more, not to mention the Yules have to defend it, but the Requiem of Souls, that'll put the SK down. This top melee Rax will be gone. Fly Solo is in the neighborhood. But he is also having to roam back in through the mid, and now you're in daytime. Another 1 minute and 12 seconds until nighttime can come.
Oh, and
IG,
down, yeah.
They got what they wanted.
They can back off now. We've seen IG get these leads and then just pull back. No need to rush things and risk going for a second lane where Clutch could try and re-engage you now that Macropie or Puck Dream Calls come back up. So game gets very difficult. We're seeing much more decisive play from IG. They feel confident, they're ready just to press forward, knowing this Aegis is going to protect the Shadow Peak. He's still got a good minute and a half left on it too.
That's a nice torrent. No follow-up, however. OP, with that Aegis Immortal, he's still heavily focused on the mid-tier 3. But they can start taking out shrines if they like to, and that's actually exactly what they're doing. They back up, they'll look for the shrines, and they'll let the Aegis go.
Okay, talk about like how do you get further ahead. The racks are one of the best ways to get money. Well, they've got a lot of money to spend. They may as well get those items up. Jug has 3k. Kunka just gets his pipe out. SF almost has money to complete a Silver Edge. So they're close to some big items. There's no reason to at least not wait for the courier to bring some new presents for them.
I'm wondering who Armel thinks he can kill with that level 2 Dagon. Like Vale and Dagon, Crystal Maiden's even a hard target for him.
His Troll's not carrying, so he's like, I gotta carry and do damage. Dagon's what's gonna do that, but realistically, yeah, you're kind of right. There's no easy targets. The Glimmer Cape will protect a lot of these heroes. It just means when the Sand King stuns like an SF, you have a better chance of killing him during that stun duration.
True.
We saw like that mid-tier 2 tower fight, if he had the Dagon there, perhaps he'd kill the SF.
Well, tier 3 tower is slowly being brought down by SF. Tower can't really do much about it.
10 seconds on this Aegis. Needs to be careful not to get too low.
Hero.
Oh, he tried to get the healing ward.
Oh. Here the X marks the spot go. Looking for the target. It's going to be Rampy jumping in. Frost bitten up quickly. Sentry Ward is on the ground, so they perfectly see the SK. Sandstorm did not protect him, but the Yules keeps him away from the Requiem of Souls. But X and Torrent does this work once more. Q. The Frost icing on the cake. Tier 3 tower does fall.
Yeah. Still very...
They back up for now another shrine.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like the same IG we saw dominate DAC with how they are just not playing as confident. Like, I feel like the old IG would have just been like, let's go. We can take this fight. We lost our Aegis. Who cares? We're so far ahead. We have all these items. Our SF is just so tanky in the front lines. He's got a Jug Kunko to back him up. A Shaker with a Blink Echo. They have Echo Slam Ghost Ship. Like, that's a dream time to take a fight, but... Yep. I mean, again, like, all credit to IG. They're winning this game and doing so in a convincing way, but we saw this in Game 1 where they took their time and dragged it out a bit and took a really big lead to actually get the win.
That's why I'm interested to see how they go up against teams who potentially get, like, Magnus, Echo Slam, the control on Puck. Has he got enough damage? One more punch? It will not be enough. 54 HP, Armel drops down to. Blink Dagger off cooldown in 1 second time, but Puck has already made a break for the tree line.
Yep. Get that kill.
Yeah, but what happens when IG go up against a team with a Magnus? Like, because someone's probably going to do it at some point, where they don't ban it against IG and then they pick it up in the first one. Can you really slow down your fight and play a slow game of Dota like this? I don't know if it's possible. Q's going to fall. Jakiro also died previously. And, well, X, Torrent, Chip. Goodbye, Night Stalker. And Burning once more.
Pickoffs. Oh, he's got another pickoff.
Oh, he's got Omni Slash available. You get to BKB,
yeah.
but Burning still got Blink Dagger if he wants to go.
They just force mid now. They're like, okay, Troll's BKB's down. Let's actually take the mid lane. CM, the least important hero to have alive for this push, so... Yeah,
it seems like the perfect opportunity as well. There's no creep wave. Burning's free to kill whoever the hell he wants to.
Yep. Drop the healing ward, they'll just hit the racks. Glyph is still on cooldown as well, so very safe second lane of racks for IG.
Rappy also just Burrow Striked an Illusion. So they don't even have his stun available to do any kind of defense.
Well, there we go. That's like what IG could maybe done earlier, but again, the circumstances there was that it's a safer way to do it. Troll doesn't have BKB, they're not going to jump you. And you know that you are in a very safe spot. So we'll have the money for the Skadi now if he wants to complete that, and he gets harder and harder to kill at this point of the game.
Well, CG are coming out. Roshan still like 20 seconds until potential spawn time. Bobica, the one player they can catch out of position. Blink, Burrow, no epicenter being committed. They just go for the silence. The force staff doesn't get him over the hill. He tries to do his own TP, but it will not work. And CG, they really need a break here. They need Roshan to spawn instantly. That's kind of what's going to happen. And they're going to see it straight away.
And it's not.
2 minutes and 45 seconds. That's how long you're going to have to wait.
Well, IG may just... Realistically, they could probably defend it 4v5 even. Except actually headed that way. Like, I wonder if Roche would have respawned. Like, surely they didn't get that lucky. Like, so, if anything, I think if a respawn and Clutch went for it, IG would have just team wiped him without a Kunkka, but could have been interesting. Take that 5v4 fight with a Troll BKB instead. Won't be respawning anytime too soon, and IG will be likely drawing this game out for that next Aegis cheese to get into their hands to go for that final lane of racks.
Yeah, the safety push. So, mark your clocks, 2 minutes. This will give time for FlySoul to get the Aghanim Scepter, so a lot better vision.
For Clutch, it's like time to get a smoke gank, get a plan coordinated, and go and contest that roach. I don't think you can give up that Aegis cheese. I don't see their win condition involving defending high ground against Aegis cheese at this point. It's going to come down to winning a team fight where IG are grouped up around that roach pit. Radiant Scan sees them, and this is where you ideally want to smoke at that pit if they have a smoke, and I don't even think they do right now. Oh, they've got one on Night Stalker, so push out the mid lane and go, go, go.
The Radiant Scan connected again. But without an Observer Ward, they're just going to walk into IG. IG, because the scan connected, XSS sees Boombacks. He doesn't realize how many are behind him. Now he does. Does he blink? He's Shadow Bladed with a gem. Echo Slam will drop the Night Stalker back down again. Where's your Omni Slash damage? It's all into the Troll Warlord. Gabby cops most of it, combining it up with the Freezing Fields. But Jakiro and Night Stalker will fall down. It's OP who is the man to do the damage. Two heroes without buyback available. Gabby will TP back to regenerate. But IG are already going to enter the base.
Yep, nicely played by IG. Rather than using Roche to end the game, well, Roche to end the game by taking Aegis, they used Roche to end the game by baiting Clutch gamers into them and having the high ground advantage there. So they knew Clutch gamers would probably make a desperation play to smoke at Roche. They just on the high ground. Easy game for IG.
One glorious epicenter to celebrate inside the fountain their own demise. Invictus Gaming will take the series 2-0 against Clutch. Solid performance, not much more to really say about it.
Yeah, IG started slow with that 0-2 against EG. Definitely, on paper, one of the easier teams in their group, Clutch Gamers, so the real test comes tomorrow and the day after, where they take on the likes of VP and OG. Things only get tougher for IG, but they've